Okay, this should be fun. I just saw a random article that says Millennials, Gen Z go on a tirades over job climate, a bone to pick with America. This is from Fox Business, so I went straight to the source because this website from MSN, it sucks. It's like pop-up hell with advertisements. So I have here on this. I haven't read this yet. I figured it'd be fun to go through this and record this. Millennials, Gen Z take it to TikTok, of course TikTok, right? To voice frustrations over their unemployment struggles. This is not the video, but the world gone. Yeah, TikTokers praise Osama bin Laden. That's a different topic. Close that. These TikTokers have a bone to pick with America over their employment status. These TikTokers it said it again. Young Gen Z and millennial influencers are facing social media backlash and some commenters support about not being able to secure a job in 2023 economy. I think I'm most excited to read about Fox or Fox News, Fox Business, and all that is because they talk the most crap about young generation. I mean, they talk crap about politics like liberals and Democrats, but I mean, their average viewers on their television shows like 65, and they just love talking crap about the young generation, right? We live in completely different systems. Let me go on. So someone said, so I'm headed to my serving job. I effing hate it. Fitness influencer, right? Allison Johnson posted on TikTok in October. I make more money serving. I have my literal business marketing degree that put me in a cute $80,000 in debt. This business marketing degree, I mean, marketing is just a fancy word for sales. So do you really need a degree and get in debt for this to do the job that pays way less than a server? And I make more serving sushi rolls, she continued to explain. I've been applying to marketing jobs for weeks now, and the pay cut is insane. But the jobs that are like a cute $150,000 to $200,000 a year, I'm not getting those. Well, those are very, very small jobs, right? To get those, you have to have a lot of experience. You have moved up the corporate ladder a lot. You might have to move, right, to get something like that. Let's see. In a similar rant style video, another potential candidate who goes by her first name, Natasha, said she knew she was giving a hot take, but hear me out. Can I play these videos? Oh, I'm gonna have to search for them, huh? I have to go on TikTok. Oh well. Let's see. I mean, they quote them, right? I really hope my dad doesn't see this. Natasha started. Oh my god, on social media. Why even post it, right? I've been unemployed since November of 2022. That's unfortunate. Sorry to hear that. And we are now in August of 2023. So this is, 8 months behind? I've been working in human resources for 5 years, and I've applied to literally a million jobs. I doubt that. Literally. I'm sure you've applied to dozens, hundreds. I have doubts that's thousands, but millions, no way. That would take you years. No matter how many jobs I apply to, getting a job feels impossible. The reality is we are in a recession right now, she added. And while it may not feel that way for some people, it definitely feels like that with all of the inflation. My hot take is to literally just wait till things blow over. Like I for young kids, right? You get out of college. To get your foot in the door of your profession, I understand it's really difficult. We've all been through that. The only difference is this generation coming up right now, they're in way more debt from going to college and getting this degree compared to generations before us, like the parents' generation. So there is, I kind of agree with the frustration. A college degree now is oversaturated. Rather, the easy college degrees you can get are oversaturated. You know, your English, your journalism, your communications degrees, history, anything that says arts in the end, they're typically oversaturated, and you're not going to find a good job. And you really didn't need that degree to begin with. Make sure that degree says in science at the end, like engineering and science. Like for the young kids out there, like really look at the degree, look at the cost benefit analysis. Like, okay, if you go for engineering, it's going to pay a lot. It'll probably help you pay off the student loan. But if you're like, oh, I want to get into journalism, I mean, is racking up $80,000 a debt going to be worth it? If you're making $45,000 a year, you're never going to pay off that debt, and you're going to be like these TikTokers complaining all day, and how much you hate the system. I digress. While the TikTok users complain about difficulties in finding a fulfilling job, that's subjective, the November jobs report released last week showed the U.S. economy added 199,000 jobs above analysis forecasts. Additionally, the national unemployment rate unexpectedly fell to 3.7% after rising for 3 straight months, driven by a sizable drop in the jobless rate for teenagers. My only problem with these, the data that the government gives out about unemployment rates and how many jobs are added to the economy, a lot of it's people just working the second, third job, and it's a lot of what happened here? And it's a lot of people accepting lower paying jobs. You know, accepting jobs that's not in their field, but they need a job, right? And they're just they're waiting for the moment to go to the next job. This is very broad data. Job gains were mostly concentrated in a handful of sectors last month, with the biggest gains in healthcare, government, and leisure and hospitality. So a lot of them, leisure, hospitality is always a lot. Healthcare is always going to be up there. There's always a demand in there. Hiring in manufacturing also trends upward, reflecting the return of UAW workers who have been on strike against General Motors, Stellantis, and Ford. Employment declined in retail trade, reflecting declines in department stores as well as furniture, home, furnishing, and electronic retailers. Yeah, because no one really goes to those stores, right? You buy that kind of stuff online. I bought furniture online. I've never had a need to go like Best Buy or anything. I just buy it online. But despite the optimistic data, TikTokers feel it doesn't accurately represent their job search struggles. Okay. I'm an almost 25-year-old. Okay. Recent graduates. You're not going to hit it off making bank. Okay, you're not going to be out there off the get-go, starting entry level, making a lot of money, getting all these job offers. You have like no experience, and you're just trying to get somewhere, get your foot in the door. Get it, you take a job that doesn't pay well, but make sure it's relevant to what you want to do. You gain your experience and either stay with the company, move up, or you take that experience and find another employer who's willing to value you more. But okay, stop. Sorry. Johnson also said in her viral post, going against corporate ass America, people with so much experience, all I got is my degree. The degree was the experience. Degree is like step one for a lot of these jobs. I mean, there's a lot of them that don't even care about a degree. They value experience more, unfortunately. Again, it depends on the degree, right? Like I said, if it says in arts at the end of your degree, that employer is more likely to value experience over that in arts degree, right? But if it says science, then, that's going to be a strong prerequisite plus experience. Comments on TikTok's side with her defense. Her point was she makes more as a server than with a degree. She's exactly right. It's frustrating to not benefit after hard work. How do you put in experience when you don't get a chance? What people aren't getting is she's not expecting a $150K job, but she expects a good paying one with $80,000 student loans she cannot afford to reduce. Natasha clarified in her video that she's not advising potentially hires to be lazy or just throw in the towel, but unless you know somebody or you're super qualified, there is like a 9 out of 10 chance that you're not getting the job. Corporate worker turned career coach JT O'Donnell explained why it feels like you can't find a job in 2023. The biggest mistake people are making right now when it comes to looking for work is using the traditional approaches. Oh, Donnell said on TikTok, you're probably heading over there to those really big job boards like Indeed or a ZipRecruiter, and you're applying and not getting any results. Maybe you're even over applying at this point and you're still not getting any results. That's because everybody else is doing the same thing. Oh gosh, is this Gen Z looking for lazy girl jobs? This is a different video. It's not part of it. I found a lot of jobs on LinkedIn, Indeed, where I put out my resume. The one thing that really sticks out, and this part sucks, because you can't just keep sending the same resume over and over again. Those Indeed websites, they're so focused on keywords on people's resumes. And it's frustrating when you have to copy and paste your resume into the system there. They do that for two things. One, to see if you're determined enough to apply for the job. And two, they're looking for keywords. So make sure you read the qualifications of the job and put that in your resume. You know, if it says we're looking for people who are efficient at Excel, you're going to copy that, put in your resume, efficient at Excel. Looking for people who are self-starters, you copy that, put it in your resume. You know, this way you're not sending just a general resume. You're sending a resume that's very specific. And once their systems that's scanning for those keywords is going to take your resume and put you on the top. And from there, that's where someone is actually going to look at your resume. They're going to be like, okay, we got 150 resumes. We're not going to look through all of them. We're going to look through the most relevant, the ones that hit all the check marks in the keyword search. All right, let's take the first 10. And then they'll see your resume. But then, of course, they're going to pick one, and you have 1 out of 10 chance it's not going to be you. Maybe someone else with more experience. Who knows? The career coach pointed out that there is too much competition and that studies show only about 3% of online applicants ever hear back from the employer. O'Donnell encouraged changing your mindset from a job seeker to a job shopper. Okay, interesting. Job seeker, job shopper. Okay, let me read more and see what that's about. You have to start to look for the 20 or 30 companies in your area that you would like to work for that hire for your skill sets. Oh man, like I want to agree with that, but there's people who are watching this video right now and be like, dude, I've done that times 10 or 15 or times 20. You know, instead of that part 20 or 30 companies, it's really more like 50 to 60, 70 to 80 companies. Like I've been there where I applied for a crap ton of jobs, right? Just a lot of jobs. I know it was in the hundreds. I know, because it was months until I finally landed the job that I really wanted. But I digress. Employers are brands, and when you can share with them your connection story and tell them why you admire and respect them and how you came to know that they're a great place to work, you're going to stand out. Oh, is that it? Oh, I thought there was more. Actually, I want to read some of these comments, but let me conclude this. It's so much easier for me to like say do this, do that, right? Because I've been there. I've been laid off. I've had crappy jobs. I know it's like I said earlier about sending hundreds of resumes, applying for jobs. And then you finally get the interview, you're all excited, you go through the interview and you get ghosted, and then you don't hear a response back, and you send a follow-up email, you don't get a response back, you're like, what the hell? Or sometimes they, if they do respond back, say, hey, we appreciate you taking the time, but we're going with someone else. That rejection sucks. It's almost like dating almost. It sucks. And of course, all you really need is land that one job, and you're kind of good. You know, once you finally get your foot in the door, you get the job, you take a breath. But I understand a lot of people have not got that job yet. They're stuck in crappy jobs, high turnover rate, high stressful jobs, low paying. It sucks. I know. I get it. I understand. I've been there. But at 25, man, I was not in a comfortable position where I had expendable income. until like as soon as I hit my 30s. My 20s was just all struggle. So if you're complaining at 25, oh, you're gonna hate life. You're gonna hate life. The one thing I have is that this generation coming up, my generation, millennials, we're not doing crap. I just know it. Maybe we will, I don't know. But the younger generation, what is it, Gen Z? I hope if you want to change the system, it needs to be done. You can't just complain about it. The system does need to change. The system that worked for our parents, where they went to college, pulled out small student loans because college was not that expensive, and they got the job and they're able to pay off that student loan like that. The system is totally broken. It's totally inflated. It's oversaturated. So I get it. The system that we inherited is straight flawed. Okay, I digress. Let me read some comments, because comments are fun. There are at least 2 key points college grads are missing. 1, the job search starts on day 1 of college, not after you graduate. Okay. Every professor, administrator, employer you have is a potential conduit for your next job. Yeah, that's networking. The first job you get is not supposed to be high paying, as you may have to accept lower compensation to get your foot in the door, gain experience, and something to show on your resume. I took a 50% cut in pay from my college job, but in 2 years I was making more. 5 years more than double, and 10 years later, and on not even close. Okay. It's true. I mean, the job search, you shouldn't be searching for the job like as soon as you get your diploma. You should be working in the field at least when you're in college. So say you want to be a lawyer, you should be working for a law firm while you're in college. I mean, you're not expected to be a lawyer, but that office knows that you're studying to be a lawyer. You might be the receptionist there, but that job, you're also there to learn too. So you're always learning. In college, you're learning, and at your job, you're learning. So that makes a lot of sense. Professors, yeah, if you have the good grades with them, good connection with them, get their contact information, ask if they can be a reference, because that's going to help you out a lot. And of course, your first job is not supposed to be like this grand high paying. Not a lot of them are. And if you're a server making a lot more, then you should just reconsider, like, hey man, is this degree worth it? Whatever that marketing degree is, like, no. But it feels like something like engineering, right? Yeah, engineering degree is really hard to get, but it has high reward at the end. Sounds to me like you had parents in the response to this. I bet you can balance a checkbook as well. Do kids even talk to their parents about their futures anymore? Do parents even know how to prep their kids for the future? Hold on, okay. I mean, there's so many different scenarios in this, right? There's so many kids that they are the first to go to college. So most parents' mindsets who've never gone to college, but they're pushing their kids to go to college, they just care about their kid getting into college and graduate. They don't know much about what's the right degree. They're just happy their kid will graduate from college and they'll figure it out from there. I understand that some parents who did go to college, what happened here? I was reading your comments. Okay, and of course you want me to see that part. Sorry. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. Okay, so like me when I grew up, parents who already went to college, they have a way better understanding of like how to guide their kids through college and tell them what degrees they need to avoid, which degrees are going to be a waste of money. Like your liberal arts degrees, right? This other person respond, welcome to the real world outside the leftist college bubble. Yay, politics. I'm looking at Fox News, after all. Biden hasn't recovered the jobs lost to COVID in areas relevant to these young men and women. Furthermore, illegals are taking away millions of jobs that should be available to U.S. citizens and legal residents. Oh, blame the illegals. Yes, because they are the engineers now, right? They are the physicians out there. They are our astrophysics. No, they're not. The illegals, they're taking the fruit picking jobs that you're not going to do, the hard labor job. Are you kidding me? You're not going to be the one who's going to be, cleaning the dishes at the restaurant. Like, is it okay? Go. I'm lost for words when I see something like that. All right, I'm going to the next comment. I know people think it's old school to rant about participation trophies, but this is exactly what we are seeing in this generation. The results of that, just by going through the motions, they expect the trophies. It's just that now, as adults, the trophies are high-paying jobs of their degrees. Qualifying them for no further effort should be required on their part, they feel. Oh, someone responds, you are absolutely 100% correct. The fact is that they feel they're entitled to these jobs because they were told in college for 4 years that they would get them if they finished and got the useless degree. Whatever happened to working your way up? And someone's going to go about the personal story. Everyone has their personal story about how they did it, right? I get it. Boomers are notorious for that. I mean, this is... Yeah, the participation trophy, right? I get that concept where you just show up and you get your trophy. Now you show up to college and get your degree. The problem, we have so many kids who are going to college and getting these useless degrees. Again, like I said earlier, in arts, right? You want to focus on in science. So if you're in college right now and you're watching this video, and if you have a degree that says in arts, like a liberal arts degree, or history, it's going to be in arts, or communications, that's in arts. Just start a new major. You waste your time, money, but it's not too late. I think I heard somewhere the U.S. military is hiring. Hey, that GI Bill will save you. That will save you a lot of money. I use my GI Bill. I actually got 2 masters out of it. Save you a lot of money. You go in, do 4 years. Yeah, you'll start college at 22, whatever. Get out at 26. No, 25, because you have to do summer to really keep that GI money going. So 3 years, right? It's not bad. And by 25, you'll have your degree. And then, basically on almost the same starting line as most of these other kids. Okay. Big reason this is happening, they think a fitness influencer is a career choice. Another reason they can't get a $150,000 job, they graduated and have been waiting tables, serving coffee, or influencing ever since and have zero experience. But yet they think they can command what kind of salary from the start because that's what they were told in college. Don't even get me started about their lack of work ethic. They think showing up and occupying space qualifies as work. Okay, when I went to college, no one told me what the salary was going to be. And that you can dictate it as soon as you get out. I've had some professors already tell me, hey, when you start off, it's going to be kind of like baseball. There's A, AA, AAA, and then majors, right? Everyone's going to start at A's. And this is where you're just figuring out the job. You're making all the mistakes in the world. And that's fine because no employer wants to spend a lot of money on someone who's going to be a screw up all the time. Until you gain experience, that employer is either going to keep you, increase your pay, promote you, or if they don't, you take that experience, put it in your resume, apply for another job that's going to value you more, right? It's true, they all want to start at 5 to 10 year experience. Yes, they can make more money waiting tables in many cases. This is another rant about oh my gosh, they expect so much money off the get-go. You know what I want to do? I want to find these TikTok videos. So give me a minute here. I'm going to look for them. Okay, I think this is the right one. She has a lot of following, 173,000 followers. The fitness influencer, okay. Is that the obnoxious person who's filming themselves in the gym? You're like, oh my god, why are they doing this? I just want to work out, and now I'm going to be in your background and you're going to make fun of me because I got it in your video because you're so narcissistic and entitled. I think I found it.
I have a bone to pick with America! So I'm headed to my serving job. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it.
Yep, we all do. I've been there.
I have my literal business marketing degree that put me in a cute $80,000 in debt. And I make more serving sushi rolls because I've been applying to marketing jobs fucking for weeks now. And the pay cut is insane. Insane. But the jobs that are like a cute 150 to 200,000 a year, I'm not getting those. I'm a 20, almost 25-year-old, my birthday soon, almost 25-year-old chick going against, you know, corporate ass America, people with so much experience. All I got is my degree. You know, people say, get your degree, but then they don't talk about how you need experience. The degree was the experience!
Okay, is this it? Yeah. This is a part where you're gonna have to have two jobs, right? You're using your literal business marketing degree. Find an employer who's gonna hire you. They're probably not gonna pay you much, right? But at least you can put on your resume saying you've done this. Or I mean, it's marketing, right? It's a fancy word for sales. So maybe you can do that on your own, like a side hustle, and put that on your resume on top of your serving job. I mean, you never mentioned about working two jobs. I freaking done it. It sucks. But I built up my resume. But, you know, I'm here going, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And this is what I did. And everyone else is going to comment, this is what I did, right? And this is the system we live in. I get it. It's not perfect. It sucks. And it's a lot of, this is how you have to figure it out to make it up. But that's what it is. You know, I'm sure people in the comments are going to mention what worked for them. I look forward to reading them. Real quick, let me see what some of the comments that people said on her page. So my camera's in the way, but I'll read the top. I love that people on TikTok get what she was saying. Every other platform is calling her entitled. I kind of am. She didn't say she expects $150,000 starting job. I mean, in a way she did. Did she not? That part. Let us know the job offer you accept. You know, some guy posted this video in his YouTube channel to let you know. Thing is, this is what's terrible about social media. Employers do look at someone's social media. I want to assume that if you have TikTok or any other social media, they're gonna look for that, and they're gonna think this is the attitude you come in with. We don't want that in our working environment. I don't have a TikTok account. That's why they're all up here saying sign in and whatnot. I'm not doing it. No, I'm just not doing it. At 25, my first corporate job paid me $30,000, and at 32, I make over six figures. Start somewhere, start small, you will get there. That's good advice. I mean, at least for me, like, I get it. Like, by the time you get to your 30s, you hit six figures. I mean, that makes sense. Your 20s is a struggle, because your 20s is, you're still learning. You're still developing. You're going to make all the mistakes in the world in your 20s. You know, I'm in my almost late 30s. So I get it. When I look back, like, I screwed up a lot. And I'm sure people will hear who's 30 plus, you know, they're going to be like, oh, I screwed up a lot. I was in the position for so long. At some point, you have to just take the pay cut, and it will eventually pay off. It sucks at first, but so necessary. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are just telling this girl, like, dude, you're so entitled. You're not going to get a high-paying job right away. The college is not the experience. College is where you learn. Even at jobs, the low-paying jobs is where you learn. I keep saying this, like those jobs, like the foot in your door jobs. Like after a year you've worked there, either you can negotiate your pay because you have a year under your belt and maybe they promote you or they have plans for you in the future, or you just take that experience and go work for someone else, right? You start somewhere. No one wants to pay a ton of money for someone who has no idea with what they're doing. Okay, this is going on long enough. I ranted long, so I hope you guys like this video. I hope if you want to see any other topics, whatever, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and please comment below, because a lot of you guys, holy crap, you guys troll like none other, and it's funny. So take care.